The Indian judiciary holds a critical role in upholding the law, ensuring justice, and preserving the rights of citizens. As in any judicial system, allegations against members of the judiciary are a serious concern, and the integrity of the judicial process must be maintained. However, balancing the need for accountability with the preservation of judicial independence is a complex challenge. Hello, friends. I am Mr. James, AI assistant of Dr. V.V.L.N.Sastry, the author of this presentation today. Dr. V.V.L.N.Sastry is a jurist, financial economist, international arbitrator, and Fulbright scholar. This article explores the existing mechanisms in India for addressing allegations against judges in the wake of complaints against Justice Yashwant Varma, while also drawing on best practices from the United States and the United Kingdom to enhance accountability while safeguarding the judiciary's independence. Understanding judicial independence and accountability. Judicial independence is the cornerstone of any democratic system, ensuring that judges can make decisions free from political, social, or financial pressures. In India, the judiciary is considered one of the most respected institutions, and its independence is protected by the Constitution. However, the very principle of judicial independence often clashes with the need for accountability. The public, especially in cases of judicial misconduct or corruption, demands transparency, which may sometimes seem to undermine judicial independence. In India, accountability mechanisms are often viewed through two lenses: internal oversight, mechanisms within the judiciary itself to investigate allegations against judges; external oversight, independent agencies or bodies, often established by the legislature to ensure transparency and discipline. Judicial accountability mechanisms in India. In India, the processes for addressing allegations against judges are governed by the Constitution, judicial regulations, and statutes. The principal mechanisms include the following. 1. In-house procedure. The in-house procedure is an internal mechanism employed by the judiciary itself to investigate allegations of misconduct by judges. Established by the Supreme Court in 1997, this procedure allows the judiciary to self-regulate and address complaints involving misconduct, corruption, or incapacity. This procedure involves a 3-judge panel headed by the Chief Justice of India investigating the allegations. The panel can recommend action ranging from a warning to the judge being relieved of their duties. However, the in-house procedure is often criticized for its lack of transparency and the absence of formal public reporting. It also raises concerns about impartiality, as it is entirely handled by fellow judges. 2. Impeachment procedure. The Constitution of India provides for the impeachment of judges, but this process is cumbersome and politically challenging. Under Article 124 of the Constitution, a judge of the Supreme Court or a High Court can be removed through impeachment initiated by either House of Parliament. Grounds for impeachment: proven misbehavior or incapacity. Process. It requires a motion to be introduced in Parliament, supported by a 2/3 majority in both the Lok Sabha lower house and Rajya Sabha upper house. The process is long and difficult, with political considerations often obstructing its successful implementation. Although theoretically a powerful tool, the impeachment procedure has rarely been used in India due to the high political hurdles involved. 3. Judicial Standards and Accountability Bill, 2010. This bill aimed to create an independent body, the Judicial Standards and Accountability Commission, to deal with complaints of judicial misconduct. The bill proposed that the body would be empowered to examine complaints, take action, and even recommend the removal of judges. However, the bill lapsed after its introduction in Parliament and was not passed due to concerns regarding the protection of judicial independence. Challenges in the Indian context. India's judicial accountability mechanisms face several challenges. Political influence. The impeachment process, in particular, is hindered by political considerations, which makes the removal of judges difficult, even in cases of severe misconduct. Transparency issues. The in-house procedure lacks transparency, and its confidentiality raises concerns about accountability. Lack of public trust. There is a widespread perception that the judiciary is not sufficiently transparent in handling complaints, which undermines public confidence in the system. Best practices from the US and the UK. To improve judicial accountability while safeguarding judicial independence, India can draw lessons from the mechanisms in place in the United States and the United Kingdom, where there are established systems to address judicial misconduct in a transparent yet balanced manner. 1. United States Judicial Discipline and Review Systems. The United States has a detailed and structured system for addressing allegations against judges, which includes Judicial Conduct and Disability Act, 1980. This law allows for complaints to be filed against federal judges based on allegations of misconduct or incapacity. Complaints are reviewed by judicial councils, with the possibility of a judge being disciplined, suspended, or removed. State-level accountability bodies. At the state level, most U.S. states have established judicial conduct commissions or ethics commissions that investigate allegations of judicial misconduct. These bodies typically have the power to issue reprimands, censure, or recommend removal. A notable feature of the U.S. system is that it allows for transparency in proceedings. Decisions regarding judicial discipline, including reprimands, are made public, which serves both as a deterrent and a reassurance to the public that justice is being served. 2. United Kingdom Judicial Appointments and Oversight. The UK has a robust system for judicial accountability, with a clear separation between the judiciary and other branches of government. Judicial Appointments Commission, JAC. The JAC is an independent body that oversees judicial appointments in the UK. It ensures that the judicial selection process is fair, transparent, and based on merit. Office for Judicial Complaints, OJC. The OJC investigates complaints against judges and ensures that any concerns about a judge's conduct are handled fairly. The OJC can recommend disciplinary action, including removal, if the allegations are substantiated. All decisions are made public, ensuring accountability. The UK's system is built on a framework of transparency, independent oversight, and a clear procedure for investigating and addressing allegations, while also providing judges with legal protections to maintain their independence. Balancing judicial independence and accountability. Lessons for India. To strike the right balance between judicial independence and accountability, India can consider the following best practices from the US and the UK. Independent oversight bodies. India could establish an independent judicial oversight body, such as the Judicial Standards and Accountability Commission, but with broader powers and clearer mandates. The body could have an independent chairperson and a transparent complaint process. Public disclosure of outcomes. India can introduce greater transparency in judicial disciplinary proceedings by following the US and UK examples, making it clear when a judge is under investigation and publicly disclosing outcomes of investigations. This would help rebuild public trust in the judiciary. Strengthening the impeachment process. India can make the impeachment process more effective by reducing political interference. One possibility is to establish a neutral, independent panel to review impeachment motions before they are introduced in Parliament. Clearer and more transparent appointment processes. Drawing from the UK's Judicial Appointments Commission, India could establish a more transparent and systematic judicial appointment process that would also include accountability checks. Conclusion: the balance between judicial independence and accountability is a delicate one. India's judiciary must remain independent to preserve the rule of law, but it must also be held accountable for its actions. The mechanisms currently in place in India, while well-intentioned, need reforms to address transparency and efficiency issues. Drawing from the best practices in the US and the UK can help India improve its judicial accountability mechanisms, ensuring a robust, transparent, and fair judicial system that upholds both justice and public trust. Through transparent, accountable systems and an ongoing commitment to fairness, India can build a judiciary that not only commands respect, but also upholds the highest standards of integrity in the face of public scrutiny. Thank you for your viewing. I thank Dr. V.V.L.N.Sastry for his excellent inputs. If you like this video, share, subscribe, and like. See you again with many more issue-based coverages.